What is going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we are bringing you another Pokemon challenge video. We are doing another challenge video on Emerald, and you know what? It's World War III time. You know, we might be at a World War, but I'll be damned if if we can't do any more Pokemon challenges. So today we're doing a Pokemon challenge using only in-game trades. So all the NPCs that trade you in the games, they're not good Pokemon. So I looked up, I tried to see which one were, like, you know, most challenging and kind of unique. I thought Emerald was pretty good. I saw more, maybe I'll do more in the future, but I saw Emerald as the best one because I like the Pokemons there. Now, obviously, the Pokemons on the screen right now, the ones I get traded from, are pretty good if you evolve them. That's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Everstones on them so they don't evolve, canceling anything of making it easier. We're using them basically where we got them from. So I guess we're just not evolving anything anymore, I guess. Anyways, to preface, we gotta get stuff set up. So we gotta play through a little bit up to Rustboro City. Once we're there, we'll get our first Pokemon, and that challenge will kind of start from there. Obviously, we need a route, so we got a route. So once we get the routes, heading to Rustboro City, that is when the challenge really begins. And then we head into this house, we complete our first trade, where we get Dots, the C Dot. Ugh. Dots, the C Dot. Whatever. C Dot learns a very limited amount of moves through level up, and from what we got, we only got Bide and Harden to start. Obviously, we're gonna have to trend it up. Now, alright, intermission time. I would like to ask you guys to comment down some challenge videos and also answer the question of the day if you guys can. Also, leave a like, it greatly helps the channel, and also subscribe to get notified, hopefully from YouTube, that my videos are live. We post 2 times a week, and also we use fan suggestions all the time. Anyways, going back to the video, I actually completely forgot. There is an NPC that gives me the TM for Bullet Seed. Very annoying, because this upcoming gym, I did not use Bullet Seed. I forgot Bullet Seed was a move that I got right out there. Ugh, frustrating, because I realized it after a few gyms in. I was like, this is disgusting. I'm about to beat the Rock Gym Leader without Bullet Seed. What am I doing? So, another big struggle is, once I actually leveled it past level 10, since it's a trade Pokemon, it's not mine, it will refuse to listen to me more than listen to me. So it is a very obnoxious Pokemon, and it takes that to the gym, because I'm level 14 fighting the first trainer in the gym, and I lose to it multiple times before I can get through it. I'm using Bide and Nature Power to get through these NPCs before the first gym leader, not the 7th, not the 4th, the first gym leader in the game. I'm having this much trouble, and I'm so confused why this Dot sucks so much. So eventually we get to Roxanne, good song, very annoying to fight when you just have a C Dot with Nature Power, Bide, and Harden. Alright, the trick is to not lose, and hopefully it just uses random moves, because it just chooses to use random moves sometimes. I'll try to harden up as much as I can to obviously level out the playing field, but if I use harden too much, I'll actually decrease the damage Bide would do, which will in turn make me lose, because I'll run out of PP to fight the nose pass at the end, and that, honestly, that's real stupid. But Swift is actually the MVP. It does small amounts of damage, but damage is still damage, and we need that. So luckily we have Nature Power that turns into Swift in the gym fights. Unfortunately, everything just hits too hard, so Harden is necessary, and then we Nature Power it, and then hopefully we kill the nose pass. And that is how Roxanne gets defeated without Bullet Seed. So if you're ever doing this challenge at home, just grab Bullet Seed and just don't do this ever again. I'll give you an estimation of how long it took. It took 35 minutes to beat Roxanne, all the attempts, and that was with speed on. That was with fast forward on. So that does not include training or nothing. So with that also, I leveled up too much, and I actually end up being over level again. So now my Pokemon does not understand me anymore. It stopped. It just does not care one single bit about me. It just completely forgets, and what can I do, honestly? It just doesn't want to listen. So I'm fighting Brawly with a C-Dot that just doesn't want to listen. It's just so painful. Why don't you want to listen to me, C-Dot? That is, it's so frustrating how you train a Pokemon so much patience, and this little shit doesn't want to obey. Just use Harden. Use Bide. Just please. The worst thing is the meta type. If I don't hit it 3 times in a row with Nature Power, it's gonna Focus Punch me. And even if I want to use Nature Power, C-Dot will look away, and then it will get Focus Punch in the face, and obviously lose. But we take down the Makuhita just by barely surviving 1 HP. Luckily for us, Harden is a good move. It's still not the best Pokemon for obvious reasons, because it does not listen to me. It just not pay attention at all. Also, Nature Power is obviously different from where you are standing. So when I'm in this route here, if I step on the grass, it becomes Stun Spore. If I'm outside the grass, it's Swift. However, I stepped in the grass to fight this trainer, and I died to an Abra. I mean, the good news is I got to fight Watson with a Pokemon that obeys me, unlike the first 2 gyms. Unfortunately, Watson has some very strong Pokemons. It could kill me off the bat if it just chooses to use Self-Destruct, and then I'm just, it's over. I can't do anything. Not to mention that I have to rely on Bide to destroy the Magneton, but then I have to rely on Manectric to not kill me. And then I have to rely on like the perfect circumstance that just nothing wants to touch me, and that C-Dot can luckily survive everything. C-Dot is the best Pokemon in the game, apparently. However, if you know what happens next, you know what happens next. Next gym leader is the Fire Gym Leader, Flannery. C-Dot's not that good. C-Dot's not that good. So we gotta equip it with Secret Power. Now what Secret Power does, it's like Slam, but it has a secondary effect that could potentially paralyze the opponent. We're gonna rely on it paralyzing and stunning Flannery's Pokemon, because honestly, you can't win with C-Dot. And now, especially when C-Dot does not want to listen to me, it is even worse. Because after the Watson fight, I was over leveled, and it won't obey me. And you stupid seed, you stupid acorn thing. To be honest, I actually really like C-Dot. I don't know why. As a kid, I would draw him. I wasn't good at drawing, but I could draw C-Dot pretty well. Okay, I traced him pretty well. I would just trace him like there's a Pokemon picture I would trace. But I was one of the best tracers. Not in Overwatch, but in drawing Pokemons. And quite frankly, I don't know why. I just like C-Dot. I like the design of it. I like its back sprite in this game. I think it's cute, and it's one of the better Pokemons. Too bad I had Sapphire growing up, so I had Lombre. But I also like Ludicolo, so it works out. Anyways, heading to Flannery. We die a few times to Slugma. We died a few times to Slugma. But actually, we stunned Torkoal so many times. It got paralyzed like back to back, and then gets smashed. Unfortunately, it broke out one time. It killed me, but so we had to reset it. But now Synthesis is actually such a sick move, because free HP at points, and we're gonna have to rely on it for the next coming battle. We're gonna have to rely on all our moves in the next battle. So we go into Norman's gym, normal type gym, and we get smashed, and we get sent all the way back to Rustboro City, and that was pretty embarrassing. Anyways, we head into the fight with Norman. Norman's not too bad. We harden up on the first Pokemon, which is Spinda, and then Synthesis up, get all our HP, smash the Vigoroth, struggle with the Linoon a bit, not gonna lie. We bite it, and pretty easy. Unfortunately, the slacking is just destroyed me. This thing is a monster. Slacking just punches me in the face so many times. Oh my god! And it also has Yawn. Luckily, C-Dot has Early Bird. Thank you for that. But it does a lot of damage. This is +6 defense, Harden. It does that much damage. Luckily, we killed it. Luckily, it has limited times to attack. So, thank God for that. Now, here comes the fun part. We're actually getting our second Pokemon. which is in Fortree City, which I've never actually done this trade ever in my life. It's for Plusle, and we have a Volbeat for it. However, we're gonna do some more excavating first. We're gonna do more excavating? No, exploration. No, we're not gonna dig. No, we're going to go to the abandoned ship and get TM13 Ice Beam from it. I always went here to get Ice Beam for my Swampert playing through as a kid, so I could kill Altaria in Winona's gym. However, we don't need that right now. So we head into Fortree City. We find this random house. I found this in first try. I've never done this trade, but I just random guess. First try gets the house I need, and we get our Plusle. Now, Plusle, from an outside perspective, is an awful Pokemon. But to me, it's a blessing in disguise because now I don't have to play with C-Dot, especially in a flying gym. Oh my god, imagine if I had to use C-Dot in a flying gym. No thank you. That might be a video coming up sooner or later. C-Dot only challenge. One day, probably sooner than you guys think. But we got pluses, and time to head into Winona's gym. Now, Winona specializes in flying type, and all our Pokemon are pretty scary. But, you know, Plusle at level 30, it's pretty strong. It learns Thunder, so it's it's up there. I didn't want to go back to Marvel City to get Thunderbolt because I don't have Fly right now. I don't have access to Fly. I have HM slaves that do have all the HMs for me. I don't have Fly enabled to me, so I don't want to run back and forth. Seems tedious. I have Thunder. Thunder's just as good. However, the Swablu Winona has is pretty strong. It counters me a few times, so I have to reset. Fun fact, Altaria is actually not that strong. Altaria takes 2 Thunders to kill. However, even with a Dragon Dance, Pluses is faster than Altaria, which is crazy to think. And then it just destroys everything. It actually came down to the last Thunder because I just didn't want to leave the gym and go back to heal my EPP, but it is the last Thunder, and then we smashed it. Crazy. And from now on, Plus is going to be our main Pokemon because it's something new, and also it's not a C-Dot. Nothing wrong with C-Dots, but it's just not as strong as, you know, a Pokemon that, you know, has a bit higher stats. Ironically, we actually got a power-up for our C-Dot, which is TM Giga Drain. We're going to use that on our C-Dot, you know, give it some move diversity, finally give it a grass move that it never had growing up. Oh my god, poor C-Dot, but it had to happen. Forgot about it. I can't be the only one who completely forgets about the Bullet Seed TM. Like, it's not that useful unless you're using a Trico from the start of the game. Like, the only person who grabs that are Trico players. And if you're a Trico player, I kind of like you because I like Trico. I like all of the starters from Hoenn. I'm not going to make that mistake again where I bash one of the starters and everyone comes out and be like, no, I actually really like this starter. Okay, I understand. People like Chespin. That's crazy though. I didn't know that many people like Chespin. Here comes the Pokemon slander. Anyways, we head into Liza and Tate's gym. Ironically, as I said, C-Dot is not good. C-Dot's going to be MVP for this one. Because we head into it, and quite frankly, the first Pokemon there is Claydol. Claydol has Earthquake. And it always attacks your side. It never hurts their side. And pluses, though pretty good, not good enough to withstand ground types. It doesn't have anything to stop it. And, jeez. So C-Dot has to carry the weight and kill everything else. Luckily he does. C-Dot comes in clutch and destroys this Lunatone at the end. Destroys everything else. Oh, what's happening, guys? What's actually happening? C-Dot's finally destroying Pokemons. That is repulsive to say, because that thing started disobeying me at the first gym. First, what, 3-4 gyms? Ugh. Obviously, at this point of the game, I have too many bandages for it to not understand me, to disobey me. So, luckily for that. Actually, as a kid, my cousin, I believe, would send me like this overload Sceptile, and I understand that the rules in place to where they don't understand you if you don't have a certain amount of gym badge, because it's for that reason. You can't just trade over an overlevel Pokemon and sweep your way through it. However, I ultimately did that because my cousin gave me like a level 60 Sceptile while I was in like Rust Bowl City, and I just used it through the entire game, because eventually it will listen to you. Like, it's not gonna not listen to you forever, but it will eventually listen to you or use like any other moves. So yeah, it was pretty broken. Yeah, there's not perfect balance for it, but there is a balance in play, which is kind of cool. We deal with the Groudon Kyogre nonsense. That's not our issue, but we're also missing one more Pokemon we could get. However, we need Waterfall to get this Pokemon, so we're gonna have to wait into the final gym, which it'll be worth it, I promise you. So we're gonna head into the water gym. We obviously have an electric type. It might not be the most optimal electric type in the world, but it is goddamn a good electric type for what we have. But we also have C-Dot that kills the Wishcash eventually. But that's all she wrote, honestly. Plusle just destroys everything. Once we're done with that, we actually have to go catch a Bagon. We have to get a Bagon, and then we can finally, trade up and get our third Pokemon, which is a Horsey. Now, a Bagon for a Horsey. I mean, I wouldn't do that trade, honestly. I really love Salamence. I don't mind Kingdra, but I also like Bagon. Bagon over, actually, Horsey's pretty cute. I don't know. That's a tough choice, but first try, found the right house. I don't know how. I've never done this trade in my life. I promise you, I've never played this game and thought, I want that Horsey. But Horsey's going to be very useful because now it has a water move in Surf. It has an Ice Beam move. I went to get Rain Dance for it. Also Hydro Pump, so Hydro Pump gets boosted in the rain. And also the Rain Dance will help Plusle get Thunder off easily. So, synergy. We got that team synergy, fam. We got that team. We got that ting on us. Anyways, we get through Victory Road very, very sloppily, I must say. And then we head into the Elite Four. Now, the Elite Four, quite frankly, just got blown away by this team. This team is a monster team when it's set up correctly. This thing is a goddamn truck. Oh my god. Plus, it's destroyed everything. Plus, it started destroying Glalie. They're not even weak to Thunders, but it just threw it out. Plus, it's crazy, man. Here comes the only hiccup. The Ice Beam was obviously to counter Drake. However, we got through most of it, but Horsey is not faster than Flygon. And then Horsey gets damaged by Flygon. And then Salamence cleans it up. So that is a big issue we gotta obviously avoid. Horsey can't beat Kingdra one-on-one. So we're gonna bait out Plusle and kill the Kingdra with our Plusle. When the Flygon gets sent out, it's faster than our Horsey. We're gonna use our Plusle and C-Dot we have to whittle it down to death, and luckily C-Dot can do that. And then when Salamence comes out, it obviously takes a big chunk off Horsey, but at least it could live an attack and it kills Salamence. And then we're heading into the Water Champion. Okay, tell me why the champion of the entire region is Water when the 8th gym leader is also Water. I just don't like that. I understand that a lot of Hoenn is Water, a big part of it. IGN, a lot of Water, not want to play it. I understand that, but Steven Stone is the true champion. Steven Stone, we're not gonna fight Steven Stone. We're not gonna fight Steven Stone in this game. I'm sorry, we're not gonna fight Steven Stone. I don't think this team can beat Steven Stone. I could try. I could probably try. I could overlevel it and then make it work, but I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think this team right now is already over level, and it's right now not good enough to beat Steven. I think so. But going back again, Steven Stone fits perfectly as champion. I don't know why they took it out. Well, I don't know why Wallace is champion. Because someone explained that to me. Why is Wallace champion in Emerald? Anyways, thank you for watching all the way through. It means the world to me that you guys hear my rambling and my interesting gameplay and my forgetfulness on TM Bullet Seed. But I want to say thank you guys again for watching. Also, please don't forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel. Comment down some challenge ideas and subscribe to get notified. My name is Alpha, and I hope you guys all had a great day, great year. Happy New Year's. Hope World War III doesn't kill us all. Anyways, peace out. Oh no, World War III.